Quick summary as we always talk about. Again, I apologize. I am spread myself a little bit thin the last couple weeks, so the emails will be coming in as far as all the workouts, but for the most part, I don't think you guys are need to do the off-day workouts. But again, workouts 34, 35, 36, 37. Today is number 37. We have the hips and auxiliaries. They're all on YouTube right now. You have the timed extravaganza. Those things have all happened. And of course, if you are ever bored and want to hear me talk more, there's the macronutrients presentation I did for Talking Rain that's on there. And then there's the fit versus fat conversation, which leads into meal planning and prepping. So those are also on YouTube, which again, I'll link up for you. So today we're doing formally workout number 37. We're gonna start with a timed warm-up. Wall sit to legs to plank to abs. You'll see we have 2 rounds of that. We have a right side oblique circuit. We have an upper body glute circuit. We have a left side oblique circuit, and then we're gonna finish off with a bang. So the workout's gonna kind of feel slow, but I promise you it progresses accordingly. And then Wednesday will be a nice good combination of stuff. This week will be a little less focus on the right sides and the left sides. So when you're ready, we're gonna start with a 1-minute plank. So definitely want to give yourself some wall space. 1-minute wall sit. Wow. We're definitely give yourself some wall space. Then we're gonna go to legs, and we'll talk about that. Then we're gonna go to plank and then abs. So it's a 4-minute loop times 2, but of course the tiniest little breaks in between will make it a little bit longer of a circuit. When you're ready, 1-minute wall sit. Your back, your head, your butt, your shoulders are against the wall. Ready, set, go. During your wall sit, now I hope you guys are all there, right? During your wall sit, you have a 90-degree angle at your hips, at your knee, and at your ankle, unless you're doing calves, because you could always sneak in some calves. But if you do your calves, right, your ankle motion exercise, you can either isometrically keep them up, or you can concentrically move them, but you gotta keep your butt against the wall. You don't have to, it's just another way of getting a muscle group. Your head is against the wall, your shoulders are against the wall, your back is against the wall, your butt's against the wall, 90-degree angle at your hips, your knee, and your ankle, unless you're doing some calves, whether you concentrically move them or isometrically move them, or not move them. We'll have a 1-minute wall sit, which is almost done. We'll then do some dynamic body weight legs. 2, 1, relax. During your 1 minute of legs, you can literally do any of them. You can do regular squat, wide squat, narrow squat, stationary lunges. Ready? 1 minute, set, go. I didn't say go fast. I want 1 minute of them. And of course, I'm currently doing stationary reverse lunges. I'm just gonna dabble through, mix them up as you want. Stiff-legged is another one. You can do your wall sit, excuse me, my brain is Monday. You can do regular squats and wide squats and narrow squats. So these are safe warm-up exercises, but the combination between the wall sit and these legs, you should feel a decent burn. So this is our warm-up. Trying to think, we actually formally don't have any major legs today. We do have a nice good finisher. When I say glutes, you're gonna use some legs to get your glutes. But today would be formally not a leg day. 3, 2, 1, and breathe. No rush. 1 minute plank. You're on your elbows and toes. When you are doing a low plank, elbows and toes, you do turn on more core versus a high plank, which is on your hands and toes. Ready, set, go. 1 minute plank. Same idea as the wall sit. You're not moving, but you're not leaning against something. If you do anything, I'd rather have your butt up a little bit, so you can engage your abs, which isn't technically your core as much, but you want to breathe through the center of your body. No elbows, no arms, no shoulders, no neck, no toes, no legs. Put it all in the middle of your body and breathe, your plank, your core. Some people get lower back. And they're like, I'm in this great position, and I agree. So that way, if you need to, just put your butt up just a little bit. That way you can contract your abs and breathe through your core. In 3, 2, 1, and relax. Abs, again, you can do any. We don't have a lot of abs today, so any sit-ups, reverse crunches, scissors, 1 minute of abs, slowly, any of them. Ready, set, go. Now, we've talked about pace over and over and over again. When I bring out a timer, people think I want them to do more. No, I just don't want you to stop. I want you to keep moving. So 1 minute of abs is about 20 to 25 reps, doing them slowly, and of course, depending on what you're doing. Reverse crunches and V-ups would be your bigger, slower ones. Sit-ups, right, toe touches, maybe a little quicker, but slow them down. Sit-up scissors or regular scissors. I just want you to go slow. But human nature says, ooh, I'm getting time, I need to do more. No. Three, 2, 1, and relax. One more loop. I don't want you running to your wall, but head to your wall for wall sits. One more time. Wall sit to legs, to plank, to abs. Ready, set, and go. 1 minute wall sit. You can play with your feet width like we have done before. I didn't have any formal changes on your leg width, but head against the wall, shoulders against the wall, back against the wall, butt against the wall, 90-degree angle at your hips, at your knee, and your ankle, unless you're going to do some calves. You don't have to, but it's a sneaky way of doing more. And breathe. And remember, when I do warm-ups like these, right, I'm not worried about all the things we're doing today. If we are doing impact exercises or major loaded exercises like the last couple weeks, we would need to get those joints lubricated and those muscles lengthened and contracted and warmed up. In 3, 2, 1, and relax. Again, you have 1 minute of legs. Slowly, any of them. Ready, set, go. You've got your regular squats, feet shoulder width apart. You've got your wide squats, your feet would just be wider. You've got your narrow squats, feet would be narrower. Your toes should always be able to wiggle. That doesn't mean you're on your heels. You're pushing through the flat of your feet. And remember, it's always hips moving, glutes activating, posture, and I want your legs working. That is the idea on dynamic legs. Hips, booty, eyes, thighs. And we technically won't be doing any more legs today. There will be glutes, and we're going to have a plyometric circuit that would use your legs, and that can always be adjusted. 3, 2, 1, and breathe. Shake it off. 1 minute plank, and we'll have our 1 minute abs. Ready, set, go. Great time to work on your breathing. And what do I mean? Breathe normal, first of all. Breathe in your nose, nice slow inhale, and then breathe out your mouth. Your body can literally take up to 20% more oxygen if you breathe in your nose slowly, and then slowly exhale. People actually sometimes will get woozy because they forget that oxygen is also a gas, and they take all this oxygen, and they actually get high for a second. Sounds weird, but I see it a lot. When you actually breathe in, don't be surprised if you kind of get, whoa, like a little lightheaded. And yes, sunshine, O2 is a gas. CO2 is a bad gas. Three, two, one, and relax. Abs, 1 minute of abs. Anything, do it slowly. Ready, set, go. Anything slowly. We formally won't do any more abs today. We're going to have obliques coming up. We'll have a glute upper body circuit. Nice and steady and consistent. People that don't get sore in their abs anymore, I recommend doing combos like this. Do a plank and do an abs. You probably need a couple more rounds for those of you that don't get sore in your abs. Doing 3 to 5 sets of a plank, which is an isometric ab core, in combination with a concentric ab core. Sit-ups, reverse crunches, and scissors, anything moving. And it really is the same goes for any muscle. If you don't get sore, combinations work really well. All righty, take a big deep breath. Congratulations, you're warm and ready for Monday morning. So we have 150 right obliques coming your way. Now, for the most part, I'm not worried. If we can always asterisk the reps. We have a 30 right oblique. We have 5 30s. 4 of them are different. We've done this before. We're going to start with standing loaded and we're going to finish with standing loaded, but it's only right obliques. But kind of like your legs, just because it's a right oblique exercise doesn't mean it's going to make sense. Let me get my weight real quick. So, standing loaded obliques. Left hand has your weight. Now, I would love a lot of weight. Your obliques can handle a lot of weight, but I don't want your back. Left hand, we call them TikToks. However, they're also known as standing loaded obliques. You do tilt to both sides, but I don't want you to shift out of position. That's when really bad things happen. 30 right obliques. Left hand loaded. Right side is going to get lengthened and contract. Lengthen and contract. 30 right obliques. We're going to do 5 right obliques before we do anything else, which means we'll eventually do our left obliques. So today will kind of be like Friday, right? It'll be a little bit different than our norm, per se. But we'll be a little less huffy-puffy until the end. I'm not doing all 30. I've got a very big day today, so keep going. 30 right obliques. Standing loaded obliques is this. At my gym, we have a 45-degree hyperextension oblique. And you can do a similar motion, different angles, so the load would change. If you hate doing the other ones I'm going to show you, you can repeat any of them. I want 5 sets of 30. Right side up, double lateral leg lifts is the next one. If you hate it and or it hurts, now single lateral leg lifts is supposed to be for your hips. However, like any exercise, you can get obliques too. So 30 right side up, double, that's both legs, lateral leg lifts. This is a pulling exercise, just like your standing obliques was a pulling exercise. Your right obliques are pulling your legs up. If you are just no motion, inhibited, like you're like, God, how is this happening? Tilt your right hip back a hair, not a lot, because then it turns into an oblique V up, more abby. So I don't want you perpendicular to the ground by any means, but that subtle angle will help out the motion if you don't have any motion. Right side up on your double lateral leg lifts. You are pulling both legs up with your right obliques. When you're ready, we're gonna roll over and do right side down hip dips. Again, if you hate it, you can repeat the other things. However, we are gonna be doing standing loaded at the end again anyways. Right side down hip dips. This is the only pushing oblique exercise formally, the only formula. There's other variations, but the right side is down and you're pushing your body up with your right oblique. It's hard to take it out of your arm and your elbow and your shoulder and your neck. So you need to mentally take it out of those. Put it in your body. Now, I've done these just a couple of times in my life, so there is good motion because of the mobility of my spine and hips, and there's good activation and strength in my right obliques. Now, that doesn't mean everything else is great, right? You still can get your elbows and your shoulders and your neck. We don't want that. Right side down hip dips. You could also call them lateral pulsating planks. Next one, you're gonna lay on your back. Your knees are to your left. Keep your shoulders down. Right side crunch. It's one of the rare times I'll say crunch. When I say sit-ups, people come out of position and I don't want the sit-up. So I do want a big motion. Keep your shoulders square to the ground and ceiling, and make sure your legs are to your left. Now this thing is tough. This has a lot of mobility issues. The mobility of your hips and spine to let your legs fall over. Then it has the flexibility, which is hard for me sometimes. My hips can be really tight. So there's a flexibility component. Are your muscles able to get there? And then of course you have the activation and strength. So people that struggle on this one, they always like, oh, I'm not strong enough. No, it's more of a mobility, flexibility issue than overall strength. This is your side crunch, so there is no test. However, home obliques, standing loaded, right side up double lateral leg lifts, right side down hip dips, you have your side crunches. Now, if you do have a cable, we can do rotations, but not many people do. But your last right oblique is the same as your first right oblique. Left hand loaded. We will be done with our right obliques. Ready, set, go. Now there is no rush, right? This is right, just been all obliques. We haven't done any circuit training per se, right? Just right oblique circuit. 30 right obliques for the last time, and then we're on to our next circuit. After the next circuit, we're going to do our left obliques. Tick, tock, tick, tock. Contract, lengthen. You do tilt to both sides. You don't shift out of position. That's the kicker. Right obliques. We did 150 right obliques. It's definitely a muscle group that can handle those things, but it's also a muscle group you shouldn't do all the time. We do it probably twice a month in here pretty thoroughly, about every other week, give or take. Alrighty, take your time. The circuit. Now, numerically, the upper body will sound similar, but I kind of want you to think about last week, blend it all together to this. When I say you can do any upper body, I mean you can do any upper body. Now, you could do chest all day long if you want to, chest flies, chest presses. You could do back all day long if you want to with your rows and pullovers. You got your shoulders pushing or pulling. Remember, I'm gonna dabble with you. You got your bis and tris. So when I say any, kind of like earlier on the legs and abs, I do mean any. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, that should sound kind of familiar. We won't do those numbers the rest of the week. 30 upper body. Well, if you choose triceps, you're gonna go quickly, so slow down. If you do a pulling exercises are a little bit slower, so take your time. 30, and then I'll talk to you about the glutes, which we have done before. Now, if you've already started, awesome. All I ask is you slow it down and do it right. 30. 2.5 to 3 second reps. 30 reps is going to range from 75 seconds to 1.5 minutes. If you do a short pushing motion like triceps, it tends to be quicker. So slow it down. If you do a lat pullover or a chest fly, those are probably your longest pulling reps, so it's going to take longer. 30 is the number. I'm going to dabble between each so you can see things. But you could do chest all day long if you want to. You could do back all day long if you want to. You could do shoulders. We're going to do 30 down by 5 eventually. Wednesday we'll have a pushing, pulling circuit. Again, you'll have similar numbers. We're going to time things on Wednesday, you'll see. Again, a little different theme this week. 30 upper body reps. You're going to want to be on the ground next for our glutes. We have our 5 different hip bridges coming your way. So, just want to get you ready for that. 30. And again, educationally, chest flies and lat pullovers are longer pulling reps. Triceps is a short pushing rep. Push-ups is a short pushing rep, but can burn more. Again, pulling will always take longer than pushing, which is why I'm loitering for a second. But I do want to talk about our glutes. We're going to do 25 regular hip bridges this round. We've done the hip bridge progression before. We have 5 rounds of 25, 5 different 25s. On your hip bridges, I want your buns squeezing and your hips moving. 25 regular hip bridges. Your feet are shoulder width apart. We've done this before. There's a lot of hip and lower spine mobility. So we can put this in a core category, but today I really want your glutes. So you can play with the height of your feet, so maybe you get more motion. You can play with the weight on your hips, so you get more load. 25 regular hip bridges. You will eventually do 5 different 25s. This circuit is 105 upper body and 125 glutes. All right, there we go. You have a right oblique circuit, a left oblique circuit, and then a finishing circuit. You know what they say, variety is the spice of life. Whoever they are. Where'd that phrase? The whole thing came from. So weird. 25 regular hip bridges, and then, and again, don't be in a hurry, 25 upper body reps. You can beat up one muscle group all day long if you want to, but what I want you to do is do it slowly. Spend time. It's your only upper body today. 25 upper body reps, please. I will loiter these first couple rounds because 30, 25, and 20 will take a while in combination with our glutes. It'll get a little quicker after that, but I don't want you going quicker. Upper body reps. Again, Wednesday you'll have kind of a similar idea, but we're going to time a pushing circuit, and we're going to push on our legs and upper body, and we're going to have a pulling circuit, pulling on our legs and our body. So similar idea, educationally, but we're going to change that rhythm. So we'll talk about those again on Wednesday, but no wild, major, heavy combos this week. After your 25 upper body, you're on the ground again. We're going to be on our wide stance hip bridges. Now, I want your feet wider than they were earlier. You can have your feet high on something if you want to. You can have weight on your hips if you want to, but my challenge to you is I don't want your calves or your hamstrings too much. I want your glutes. Whenever we do glute exercises, you're either going to get your back with it or your hamstrings with it. Well, this is a good back scenario on this one. So I actually would rather you get your glutes and core, good lower back, than a bunch of hamstrings, because we can get those on all the other exercises we do. 25 wide stance hip bridges. Your feet are just wider than what they were earlier. And again, I have you thinking glutes, you can think core, but whenever you're doing a leg motion exercise, your hips always move the most. This is one of them. Your glute should always turn on. This is definitely one of them. Posture while you're laying on your back supported. So, kind of don't have to worry about that one, but I want you to breathe and squeeze those glutes. After your 25 wide hip bridges, you're going to be on 20 upper body. So the first 3 rounds, we're up there. It'll get less. 20 upper body. You can do anything, right? You got chest presses, which is could be laying on the ground, laying on a ball, laying on a bench. You could do push-ups. You could do chest flies. You'd be laying on something. You could do trap rows, kind of like a push-up. That is going to be a quicker motion, so don't go quicker. Lat pullovers, you're laying on something and pulling over. Done that before. You got your shoulder presses, upright rows, shoulder raises, bicep curls, any hand position, triceps, dips, kickbacks, overheads. Now, that's a lot of stuff to think about. I want you to do it slowly. And again, when you're done, you're on the ground, just take your time. We're going to be on narrow hip bridges. When we play with those feet, other things want to come into play. Remember, I want your hips moving and your glutes squeezing. Narrow hip bridges, 25. Now, play with your feet. They don't have to be touching, but I definitely want your feet inside your hip width like a narrow squat. But other things want to turn on. This one's actually harder to get your glutes when your feet are narrow. It's easier to get your glutes, or better yet, feel your glutes when your feet are wider. When you get wider, you access your glute minimus and medius and maximus. When you get narrow, you're going to get rid of those other ones, which is why you'll feel it less. Sometimes not feeling anything can be good. If you're not feeling your calves and you're not feeling your hamstrings, and you're like, okay, I don't understand. That is activation, and people don't acknowledge that as a healthy exercise. It is healthy. Yeah, you might not be burning, which is why you can add weight to your hips and you can add height with your feet. After your 25 narrow hip bridges, you're on 15 up body. Now, I know you guys are all like, okay, it's Monday morning. This has been a nice workout so far. I promise you we're going to finish off just right. So we are building the foundation to having a nice, good finish to our day. I gave this on Friday at noon and 3, and they were pleasantly surprised at the end. The noon class got a little ahead of the game a couple weeks ago. So, after your 15 upper body, we're getting down there, right? We're getting there. Right leg hip bridge. You can either do a pistol hip bridge with your left leg up and down front. However, I find I get better motion and activation when I cross my left leg over my right. When I do the other one, my hips get too tight and I just start feeling all the other things. I want your right glute hip motion. Try to not use the other things. So you're going to want to play with your feet. There is no such thing, well, there's a wide and narrow, but don't worry about the wide and narrow. Your left leg is out of the equation. Right hip bridge, 25 reps. You better burn on this one. It's a single leg hip bridge. You could still play with the height of your foot if you wanted to, but I really want your hips and glutes. You could play with the weight on your hips if you want to, but by this stage, we should be feeling some glutes. It's one of Leon's favorite things in the gym. He's like, hey, Chris, can you come check out my glutes? I just can't tell if I'm squeezing them. And really, he wants me to walk by and make sure he's squeezing his glutes. So, Leon, coming soon. Right, we'll start that up again soon. Gotta squeeze those glutes, baby. When you get done with your right hip bridge 25, you're on your 10 upper body. And then you're gonna have your left hip bridge up 25, and then your 5 upper body. And then we're gonna move on to the left obliques. I promise you, we're gonna get this thing done. 10 upper body, left hip bridge 25, and then 5 upper body, and then it's left obliques. Again, you might be feeling not really huffy puffy, that's okay. You might be like, okay, nice good start to the week. It's coming, you guys, it is coming. When you get to your left hip bridge, right, it's just the other side. Personally, I like my leg crossed. You will see a pistol hip bridge too. That's okay. I just don't get the motion and activation that I want to get. So there are many ways of doing a single leg hip bridge. And of course many reasons, but I want your glutes. We've done these more online in the 14 weeks now than we did at the gym because of all the other tools we have at the gym with hyperextension machines, leg presses, right, high and wide, using the TRX for deviation, Bozu balls. So many other tools at the gym, which is why we don't do these that often, but here we are, doing them. After that left hip bridge, you'll have your 5 upper body, and then we'll be starting that left oblique circuit. And then it's go time. And I don't mean get off the phone call, I mean we're gonna get after it to finish off this thing. 5 upper body after that left hip, glute, hip bridge 25, 5 reps. And then get your space ready for your left obliques. You don't have to remember what we did. It's helpful, but we're not gonna go fast either. Take a big, deep breath, pat yourself on the back. We are progressing into this workout. Left obliques are coming. Weight will be in the right hand. Tick, tock, load, contract, lengthen, squeeze. Remember, we need to breathe. Now, I love it that you guys know what's coming. I think it's awesome. Make sure we slow down and do it right. Left oblique 30. We have our 5 sets of 30. The first 4 are different, and we'll repeat this one at the end. Tick, tock, right hand, left obliques. Breathe and focus. Keep going. Now, I hope you guys acknowledge that we have a right side of our body and a left side of our body, and all the things we do in our life. Catching a ball, throwing a ball, get in and out of the car, get in and out of the shower the same. Like, we do so many things one-sided. This is one of those things you're gonna notice. You might feel stronger on one side. You might be able to move more on one side. You might feel tighter on one side. My left obliques are stronger. I can move more, my right side is going. So it's, again, you're gonna have difference in sides. After your standing obliques are done, We're not in a hurry. Left side up on your double lateral leg lifts. Standing loaded was pulling. Double lateral leg lifts is pulling. And remember, if you need to, single lateral leg lifts are meant for your hips, but you could focus on those obliques. So you can use that one for both, as long as you just change your mindset a little bit. Left obliques, 30. Take your time. Hanging out, chilling, working, breathing. We're not in a hurry. When you are done with your left side up, double lateral leg lifts, your left side will be down on your hip dips. This is the only pushing oblique exercise. Enjoy the moment, but you gotta take it out of your elbow, take it out of your arm, take it out of your shoulder, put it in your left obliques. Left side down. Your left side is pushing you up. Left obliques pushing you up. Remember, there's mobility. Mobility refers to your joints being able to move. You have a flexibility thing. All the muscles around those hips and spine, are they able to be lengthened? And then of course you have your activation. Are you able to turn those muscles on for the motion? Your next one, you're laying on your back, knees to your right for your left side crunch. This is the one I was telling you earlier with. I struggle, I'm really tight. So it's a very big difference from my other side. My left obliques are stronger, but my left hip is tighter. Again, everybody has, you should have felt a difference. If you didn't, then come see me and we'll make sure we find a difference. Not in a bad way. Push the envelope on the movement of your joints, the flexibility of your muscles, and the activation and strength of them to cause the motion. 30 left side crunches. When you're laying on your back, knees to your right, it'll turn on your left obliques, or it's supposed to turn on your left obliques. Nice, I love it. We are on cue to finish this thing strong. When you get done, we have the one more standing oblique. The weight is in your right hand for your left oblique again. And then it's time to get after this thing. Right hand, left obliques. Tick, tock, tick, tock. That is your rhythm. There is your 2.5 second rep. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. Tick, tock, tick, tock. Breathe and focus. Lengthen and contract. Standing loaded obliques. Finish strong. I do want to talk to you about the next circuit. You know you can leave at any time. I want to turn the dial up. Okay? You can leave any time. But like our last 14 weeks, we're normally down around 6:48-ish, 6:50-ish, give or take, plus or minus. We're going to start about 2 to 3 minutes after the hour, and we have a 45-minute blast. But I do want to finish strong. Again, finish up your obliques. Don't stop. Your exertion, the working hard. So when I say working hard, I want you to think exertion. Here are your options. And of course, it's going to be 30 down by 5 on your exertion. And I'll show you this simple glute combo, because today was obliques and glutes and stuff. You can do jump squats. Well, I know who my clients are. Jump squats are great. You can do pulsating squats. Slow it down. You can do split jumps, right? There's the impact. And remember, you could do stationary reverse lunges, and I use a word with zest. Don't do them quickly. And for my young bucks who's had a baby in the last 14 months, you can do burpees if you want to do burpees. And if anybody wants to join her, you guys can join her. Anyhow, 30 down by 5 on your exertion in combination with either stationary reverse lunges, glutes, stiff-legged deadlifts, glutes, or step-ups, glutes. Only and always 10 total reps. And remember, I will remind you several times. So 30, 10, 25, 10, 20, 10, 15, 10, 10, 10, 5, done. Go. Here we go. 30. Ready, set, go. Burpees is an option. Notice I'm not doing what you see on TV. I'm not a young fried chicken anymore either. There is the lower version, right? There is a harder version, and then there's the easier version. Then there's jump squats, plyometric load, pulsating squats, isometric load, right? Split jumps, plyometric load, stationary reverse lunges, load. In combination, always 10, only 10. Weight is optional. Stiff-legged deadlifts is an option. Stationary reverse lunges slowly is an option. And step-ups is an option. Only 10, always 10. That's only 5 each leg, and the weight is optional. 30, work hard. 10, slow, heavy. 25, work hard. 10, slow, heavy. Don't wait for me. Go at your own pace. This is getting it done on a Monday morning. We've been chilling, taking our time, and now it's time to work. Yeah, go get some. Go at your pace, which doesn't mean you go super fast. If you're doing burpees, you're gonna have one experience. If you're doing pulsating squats, you're gonna have a different but still really good experience. Split jumps, jump squats. When you do your 10 exercise, I do want slow, and I wouldn't mind if it was heavy, because it is only 10, and it's always 5 each leg. Okay? I'm watching, I'm loitering. I got a really, really big day, so I'm not gonna do very much of these with you. 30 down by 5 on your work. Always 10 alternating, 5 each leg on your glutes, slow, maybe heavy. This is meant to be freaking hard, huffy, puffy, worky, sweaty. If you're pissed off at me, good. But you shouldn't be. I was nice for 40 minutes. I'm now going to be mean for 8. This is your pace, your circuit. Everybody's going to have a different skill set and ability and want, desire. There's impact and there's less impact. Again, when you get to your always 10, dabble with the weights if you can. It's only 10, always 10, 5 each leg. Stationary reverse lunges can be more glutes. Alternating stiff-legged deadlifts is hamstrings and glutes. Step-ups can wear a lot of hats. We talked about that last week. It can be glutes. In fact, it can be a lot of glutes. Your circuit. 30 down by 5 on the work. Always 10, alternating, maybe heavy. When you get done with your 5, you can be done. You don't have to do the 10 alternating if you don't want to. It was extra credit, but it's get it done. Did a lot of work today. You have an 8-minute timed circuit to start off your day. Isometric plus concentric. Legs, legs, abs, core, abs, core. We have the 2 laps, 8 minutes. We have the right obliques for 150 reps. You had your 105 up body with your 125 glutes. There we are. You had your left oblique for 150. And now you have your 105 working reps and your 50 loaded glutes to finish off your day. Happy Monday. Workout 37 in the books.